When Alan left for basketball camp and Nas went back on the road, once again, it was just me and destiny. It was fun while it lasted. As long as you know it is what it is, as long as it is.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold down.
Bit of weight, so I feel so much better because my face was so fat, and I'm the kind of person that does not look their best when their weight is in their face. Okay, but let me get a little serious. Okay, let me explain something to you. When we read books and we get the other side of the person, it does not mean at the end of the book that I hate the person or I dislike the person. It just means that I know the other person, or I'm reading who the other person is from someone else's perspective. Nothing in this book has taken away from how I feel about Nas's contributions to the universe. The same way I feel about R. Kelly. He is who he is, but his contributions to the universe is undeniable. So although he has a propensity to buy all the ninjas in the hood's chains, drive his girlfriend's car, living in there rent-free, act like his daughter is an irritation, don't forget he is very young. And I'm sure we've all have had mistakes that we are hesitant to talk about. At the end of the day, Nas has still contributed to the universe artistically. And you can't take that away from him, no matter how much of a drunken wife beater bitch he is. A few hours later, there was a knock on the door. Alan leapt out of bed and opened it. T stood there, frozen. Alan was butt naked, and so was I. Alan, you're running late for your flight, T stuttered. Close the door, I yelled, wondering how many naked girls T had already glimpsed during these wake-up visits. Alan quickly showered, dressed, and was ready to head to the airport. He gave me a kiss and said he would call me once he got to Virginia. But when he got to the door, he hesitated, turning around. Can I get some more? I was flattered. You sure can. Get over here. Nas ever tell you got some good pustussy? He asked. Didn't I always tell you it's an NBA player waiting in line to hunch on a rapper's girlfriend? Oh, baby. Not in words, I replied. After he left for the airport, I went back to sleep. An hour later, the telephone rang, scaring the hell out of me. I didn't answer at first, but the caller was persistent. Maybe it was Danae. I picked up the phone. What are you doing answering my phone? Alan hissed. Whatever, I thought you were Danae. I'm just kidding. Stay where you at. I'm on my way back. I missed my flight fucking with you. See you when you get here. That's why he stayed in trouble. He can't make it to the games because he's too busy hunching them rappers' girlfriends. Alan arrived an hour later. He got back in the bed. He had a lot of stamina and couldn't seem to get enough of me. We cuddled, talked, and went back to sleep. Hours later, we woke up, ordered room service, and had eggs again and again and again. Heading home that afternoon, I felt refreshed and lively, as though change was definitely in the air. After meeting Alan, something changed. Actually, everything changed. The new experience was just what I needed in a nutshell. Alan was the bomb. He had a wonderful sense of humor, was very spontaneous, and no matter who entered the room, Alan always maintained his true sense of being. He was real. Our time was sweet, but this too would eventually come to an end. When Alan left for basketball camp and Nas went back on the road, once again, it was just me and destiny. It was fun while it lasted. As long as you know it is what it is, as long as it is. It was a hot and sticky August night. Danae, Tarja, whatever the lady name is, Risa and I were on our way to a Def Jam artist showcase at the Roxy. We were making a pit stop to pick up Renette at Santa Fe, a Mexican restaurant on Queens Boulevard where she'd recently started working. Who gonna be there? Danae asked, rolling the car window down. Who cares as long as the music's good, I answered. I was just happy to be out with my girls. Meeting Alan had inspired my own private renaissance. I'd registered for fall classes at Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan. I had renewed energy and enthusiasm for everything, including hanging with my friends. Row! Get your ass over here. Always into some shit. I was learning that a social life and motherhood weren't necessarily mutually exclusive. Shasha was an excellent mother. She managed her social life, a career, and raised us single-handedly. The key was balancing responsible parenting with self-fulfillment. An overly nurturing but personally frustrated mother figure wouldn't do Destiny much good anyway. When we pulled up to the restaurant, Renette met us at the entrance with some bad news. Sorry, I gotta work overtime, she said. Can't go tonight. Renette seemed a little off and was clearly upset about something besides missing the showcase. What's the matter, Renette? I asked. I am effing pissed. That's what. Do you know that Mike is in here with Angie Martinez from Hot 97? Mike Geronimo, I asked. Like on a date? Yes, Renette had every reason to be upset. Mike was a childhood friend of mine who had recently fathered a child with Renette's best friend, Barbara. Mike acknowledged the child but was otherwise a complete deadbeat. Hold on, I don't remember in Angie Martinez's book that she said that her and Mike Geronimo was dating. But you know Angie Martinez was faking on that book any goddamn way. She had something good to say about everybody. Angie was a radio DJ who aired everyone else's sins. Yes, she was herself hooking up with a deadbeat baby father. Well, I mean, she gave a baby to a deadbeat baby father. Well, I don't know that ninja. I don't know you, Nokia. I don't know you. What's his real name, TT? I don't know. I'm ready to F him and Angie both up, Renette threatened. Avoiding an altercation with Renette was like dodging a bullet. By this time, Mike and Angie were leaving the restaurant and ran into us at the entrance. Mike greeted me with his usual warmth. What's up, Carm? What's going on? I'm good. What's up with you? I returned his hug while keeping an eye on Renette, who was struggling to maintain her composure. Angie politely excused herself, telling Mike she was going to get the car. Renette erupted. Mike, how you got time to be out with the next bitch, but you ain't got time to check for your son? Her rant rolled right off of Mike, who was as laid back and easygoing as ever, though he did make a quick exit when Angie showed up. All right, calm, Mike said. I'm out. Tell your brother to call me. Mike left, but was back in just a minute or two, saying Angie's car had run out of gas. He asked if I would give him a ride to the gas station while Angie waited. What? Before taking him, I asked Teresa to keep watch on Renette. On the ride to the gas station, I asked, so what's up with you and homegirl? Mike cracked a smile out the side of his mouth. Carm, you know how it goes down. He thought I was complimenting him on his hookup with Angie. Not Angie, fool. I said, Barbara, when are you going to go see your son? There was no response. The girlfriend code requires that Renette and I give him hell about his fatherly duties. Headed to the Roxy in Manhattan, we all loved that club. I spotted an old friend, Tata, whom I'd met back in high school through Danae. After we were nestled in a cozy corner, a stranger marched right up and invaded our intimate circle. He stood with his arms folded on a toothpick with a mouth that was large by any measure. We were all like, "Hello? Who is this fool?" I thought. Tata spoke up. "Oh, this is my man, Jay-Z." We all said hello and then ignored him, keeping the talk moving within our group. As we were walking to the bar, I noticed Jay-Z right behind me, practically on my heels. Was this guy going to follow me all night long? My sneering facial expression should have indicated a lack of interest. Jay-Z attempted to strike up a conversation. My reaction was off the shoulder. "I have a boyfriend," I said bluntly. "So?" he replied. I walked away from him at least 5 times. I even hid behind pillars, but he would just stick his head around from the other side, grinning big. He was extremely persistent. That's because he's a Sagittarian. They gonna get what they want. Oh, believe that. He was extremely persistent. I finally broke down and gave him the 2 minutes he craved and listened to his pitch. I figured the night would be over soon and I'd never have to see this character again. I'm out of breath chasing you around this place. I just laughed at his humor. This boy was persistent. By the time he took a breath, I had learned that his name was Shawn Carter. He was from Brooklyn, born and raised. Could ride a bike since he was 5 years old. He owned his own record company, didn't write his rhymes down, never been in love, was retiring after his second album, and lived with his cousin. Shawn's 2 minutes turned into 5, then 15, as we talked and joked easily. For me, what stood out the most was his tone of voice, which I loved. Then it was showtime, which pretty much let me off the hook. Shawn's performance was cool. He was a little stiff, but all in all, it was a good show. He's still stiff. The crowd began to disperse after the performance. Near the exit, I saw Shawn talking to Bridget, a friend I'd met through Shelley. "There you are, Calm," Bridget said. "Girl, I've been looking all over for you. This is my friend Jay-Z." "We already met," I replied. "So what's up? Can I get your number?" Shawn would not quit. "I have a boyfriend," I said sternly. "We covered that," he said with a laugh. Shawn asked Bridget for a pen, scribbled his number on a piece of paper, and handed both back to her. "Make sure your friend calls me," he mumbled as he walked off. Bridget handed me the number. "Listen, I know Shawn and he's mad cool. Brooklyn ninjas are cheap, don't get me wrong, but just call him Carm and see what happens."
Hey.